Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be summarizing the book Make Time by John Zeratsky and Jake Knapp. So John and Jake are ex-Googlers who helped design and build several Google products like Gmail, YouTube, etc. And they have a very unique view on how and actually why we are so addicted to some of these apps. And they have some ideas on how we can make ourselves less addicted. But that stuff aside, Make Time is an amazing book that actually different from the grindy, toxic productivity books. They don't talk about how you can get more done, but they talk about how you can get the stuff done that is most important to you. It's not necessarily getting more done, but getting the most important stuff done. And the book has more than 87 tactics, and it's written in the style of a cookbook where you pick and choose the recipes that you like and apply them in any order that you like. So let's actually dive right in. The core concepts of the book are divided into 4 categories. The first one is highlights, the second one's laser, the third one's energize, and the fourth one's reflect. So let's talk about each of them. Highlights is the concept of picking one important task that you want to accomplish for the day. That's right, not an endless to-do list. Not 3 most important tasks, not even 2, just one main item that you want to get done for the day. So this task can be a work task that you've been putting off for a long time, something important for your career. It could be something that brings you joy, like maybe making that one painting, or it could be related to your fitness, maybe going on a hike or something. It doesn't have to be something serious and work related. Anything that is important for you to get done during the day is called a highlight. The second concept is laser, and it's all about how you should be minimizing distraction when you're working on your highlight. So this concept introduces some tactics like turning off distractions, like your smartphone, turning off notifications, etc. The third concept is energize, and this is another refreshing topic that has been introduced in the book that is seen in very few productivity books out there. This talks about nutrition and wellness and self-care. So under Energize, John and Jake talk about how you need to put in the right fuel in your body and how you need to take care of your body and your mind so that you can be your most productive self. The final concept is reflect, which is all about making sure that you're looking into what's working for you and what isn't at the end of every day, at the end of every week, to basically tweak the processes and make them fit your life, rather than following something just because someone said that is the right thing to do. I think this came out of John and Jake both being from a software engineering background, and this is like running a retrospective after a sprint. So after introducing these 4 concepts, John and Jake go on to describe the 87 tactics that give you practical advice on how you can apply these concepts to your daily life. I'm not going to go into each of those 87 tactics in this video, but I will share the ones that have resonated the most with me. So let's dive right in. The first one is around how to choose your highlight. Left to ourselves, we often tend to choose tasks that are most urgent because someone is bothering us about them, a deadline's coming up, and in doing urgent tasks every day, we tend to neglect the ones that are truly important but not urgent. For example, for software engineers, that could be stuff that helps with your career growth, taking that course that teaches you the latest technology that you wanted to learn for so long, taking the time to write your promotion document that you've been putting off for so long, etc. These items don't come with a deadline, so we tend to put them off. And John and Jake in Make Time tell us to pay attention to these tasks that are important but not urgent. The second tactic is to batch tasks that are mundane but similar. For example, if you have to reply to a bunch of emails, it's better to batch them and do it once a day rather than checking your inbox every 30 minutes. I usually check my emails at the end of the day when my energy is really low and I don't have it in me to do something creative like write a document or write some code. Next, when you've chosen what your highlight is, make sure to schedule it on your calendar like you would do with meetings with other people. Put it on your calendar, block the time off so that no one can interrupt you during that time, and make sure that you are showing up when the reminder comes up and you actually work on your highlight when you said you would. The next one is quit when you're done. This is an interesting one. Sometimes when we say that we will work on a task for a limited period of time, say 30 minutes, for example, and then we will stop work for that day and continue the next day, we might at the end of those 30 minutes, decide to extend it just a little bit longer and a little bit longer because we've built momentum by that point. But actually overworking ourselves on a regular basis brings down our overall productivity. This is because when you're working on an empty tank, your output is not going to be as optimal as it would be when you're full of energy, say first thing in the morning. It's better to quit when you're done and continue your task the next day. The next one is one of my favorite ones, is to turn off any distractions and go into laser mode while working on your highlight. This is what I personally do. I turn off all notifications coming from IMs, emails, and my smartphone when I'm working on my highlights. I actually use a focus mode on my iPhone during this time that only allows a limited number of people to reach me. It's usually my parents, my husband, and my daughter's school. Except these 3 people, nobody can reach me during that time. Another trick I use is to use the OneSec app on my phone. Check it out if you can. This is an app that will allow you to block social media apps on your phone, or any app that you're addicted to for that matter. So check out the OneSec app. The next tactic is called slow down your inbox. If you're someone who responds to emails as and when they arrive, you might find that your job's not done when you send one response, because sending emails in an efficient manner or sending many emails is only going to result in receiving the same number of emails back, because people respond to your response. So you're generating more work out of your inbox instead of actually clearing it down. So the advice John and Jake give you in this space is to be a slow inbox responder. So it's okay if you're a bit late responding to email, because usually responding to emails is not what is going to take you to that next level in your career. It's usually someone else's priorities that you're fulfilling. Of course, if you're on call for that day, for example, and your job is to respond to emails by customers who are raising issues, then by all means go for it. But normally, if your day job isn't responding to emails, it's likely that slowing down your inbox is not going to cause a lot of problems for other people, but it's going to generate huge gains for you. The next one is called Invent a Deadline. I love this one because it's worked like a charm for me. So hear me out. Inventing a deadline means giving yourself a ridiculously tight deadline. For example, if a task is supposed to take 4 days, give yourself a deadline of 1 day. It's very unlikely that you will get it done in 1 day, but what will end up happening is that you will be much more focused during that 1 day, because you only have 1 day to deliver that task, because we tend to work a lot more efficiently when there's a looming deadline. The final tactic I will talk about in this video is called Eat Like a Cave Person. So this one is under Energize. I like this because this is very simple nutrition advice. Usually I find nutrition advice very conflicting and very challenging, but John and Jake argue that you can keep it simple by just thinking about whether any food that you're eating now existed back in a cave person's time. I think, to put this in plain words, it means that you eat whole foods and you eat foods that are not super refined or super processed. You eat fruit, you eat vegetables, you eat grains. As simple as that. That's all for today, everyone. I really recommend this book. If you have time, please go read this book. Although, if you don't have time, it probably means that you do need to read this book. So read this book anyway. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.